Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel here at Comaik. You can see my pool behind me. This is what it looks like after I've been away from home for 2 weeks. It's completely dirty. It's totally filthy. A pool robot is needed to clean the pool, but not just any pool robot. It's the Wybot S2 Solar, a cordless solar powered pool robot that doesn't need any extra power supply because it charges itself via a solar panel. This robot can clean the floor, the waterline and the walls. It's even supposed to be able to clean the steps. Is this thing really worth the money? Can it really do all that? How does it work? How is it assembled and how is it set up in the app? I'll show you all of that in this video. If you're interested, stay tuned. We're about to get started. Due to a technical malfunction, my filtration system was down for 2 weeks and I didn't notice. I wasn't there. When I look at the pool right now, instead of the shiny white steps, all I see is a green coating. The pool is full of algae. I've turned the filtration system back on. The filter is running, but the water is just dirty. In the past, at times like this, I would put the pool robot in the water to clean the pool floor. Up until now, I've been using a Dolphin E10, this one here. This robot is wired, meaning it's connected to power via a plug. It cleans the entire pool floor using a random pattern. The nice thing about this pool robot is that I can run it as often as I want. It's powered by electricity and I just need to plug it into the outlet by the pool, but that's also a disadvantage every time I have to get the power cable and plug it in. Safety is of course also a factor since the cable is a tripping hazard. I have now received an offer from the company Wybot and have the opportunity to test this wireless solar powered pool robot. The Wybot S2 Solar is a highly efficient pool cleaning robot equipped with a remarkably spacious and easily accessible filter basket. It even comes with a second additional and very useful sponge filter, which can be conveniently replaced with this exceptionally fine filter for superior debris capture. This robot has a caterpillar drive. It has 2 soft brushes at the front, and the absolute best thing about this pool robot is that it is powered in its docking station by a solar panel. The docking station and the solar panel are set up by the pool. The pool robot drives underwater into its docking station and is recharged by the battery of the solar panel. It is completely autonomous. The only requirement is that the sun shines regularly to charge the docking station's battery. The charging station then recharges the robot again. With these conditions, I can run the pool robot regularly, just like my vacuum or lawn robot. I can set the appropriate schedules in the Wybot app. This way the pool cleans itself automatically on the side. I no longer need to manually plug the cable of my Dolphin E10 pool robot into the socket. Does it really work like that? Of course, I'll test it. To do that, I first have to install the solar panel, the underwater charging station, and the pool robot at the edge of the pool. After that, I can set up the robot in the app, and I'll show you how that works now. The installation of the docking station, the solar panel, and also the setup of the robot are all very well described in the manual. The printed manual is also available in German. It is written in a clear and understandable way. I can really recommend it to you. In addition, there is a clear illustrated quick start guide for setting up the charging station and the Wybot S2 Solar Pool Robot. However, this quick start guide is only available in English. Before I put the docking station in the water and connect it to the solar panel, I want to share a few more pieces of information. The solar panel is not designed to be stepped on. This docking station must be installed so that there is at least 1 meter of space to the wall on both the left and right sides. Only then can the pool robot easily drive into the underwater charging station. So it is not possible to mount the station directly in a corner or at the stairs. Otherwise, the pool robot will most likely have trouble docking into the station. I will set up the solar panel roughly in the middle along the edge of the pool. You should definitely keep this in mind. If you have children running around the pool, you need to protect the solar panel. If someone steps on it, there is a risk it could get damaged. You absolutely need to pay attention to this. The station is now set up as follows. First, I removed all the protective films and transport locks. Then the solar panel's bracket is unfolded and hung into the water. The station is positioned so that this bracket sits flush against the pool wall in the water. With the various green adjustment screws on the side, I can adjust the height and angle of the station. In the end, it must stand firmly and securely at the edge of the pool. Nothing should wobble or slip anymore. In the next step, the docking station is then connected to the solar panel. The docking station remains permanently attached to the wall in the water. Later, the pool robot will climb up the wall, park in the docking station and be charged. The power supply uses low voltage, so you don't have to worry about getting an electric shock. The robot is now hanging in the docking station. On my first attempt, it drove out right away and already started cleaning the pool. But that's not what I wanted yet, because I still want to show you a few features of this docking station. I want to show you how to connect the Wybot S2 Pool Robot to the app so you can use all its features. One more note about charging. The robot can be charged via the solar panel and alternatively also with a power adapter. The charging cable is included in the package and is plugged into the connection socket on top of the pool robot. Of course, you should not charge it with a power cable while it's in the water, but rather in a protected area outside the pool. I charged the robot before installation until the LED indicator signaled that the battery was full. By the way, the solar panel also has a charging port. For charging, there's this set with a power adapter and a long extension cable. The cable can be connected directly to the back of the solar panel. This is worthwhile during transitional periods when the sun doesn't shine long or strong enough to generate sufficient power. Now I'm going to grab my phone and show you how I set up the Wybot S2 Pool Robot in the app. After that, it can finally start cleaning the pool. The Wybot app is available for both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. You can find the relevant links below the video in the description, or you can simply check the manual. There you find the corresponding QR codes. I'm now on the home screen and selecting the My Devices function. Using the plus button, I can add a new device. With Bluetooth enabled, the robot is already detected. I select the robot and establish the connection. Now I can connect the robot to my Wi-Fi. The entire setup took less than a minute. That was really fast. In the My Pool menu, I can now adjust the settings for my pool, but I've already done that. I have a rectangular pool, my pool floor is flat, and I use a pool liner. Now I switch to the robot's menu and see which settings are available and what the current configurations are. You can see that the solar kit is currently only 67% charged, while the pool robot is at 100%. I'm immediately offered a firmware update, which of course I install right away. The two updates for the solar station and the robot took about 10 minutes. Now I can access all the app's functions again. I see that the solar panel is currently charging at 65%, that there is a Wi-Fi connection and that the robot is fully charged at 100%. I have the option to start the cleaning immediately with just one press of a button. At the bottom of the overview, you can see the 7 different cleaning modes that the Wybot S2 Pool Cleaner offers. There is floor cleaning, wall cleaning and various combinations of the two. There is the standard full pool cleaning, waterline cleaning, intensive floor cleaning and eco floor cleaning. Additionally, I have the option to manually control the robot using the remote control. Additionally, I can program fixed cleaning schedules. For example, I can set the robot to clean only the walls every Sunday at 9 AM. Besides the normal cleaning mode, there's also an expert mode. Here I can specify the pattern in which the robot should clean the floor and the walls. For the floor, I choose the S pattern and for the wall, the N pattern. I have set up the robot in the app and tried out all the functions. But what I find much more interesting than the app is how the robot performs in the pool. That's why I'm going to let it clean the pool now using the standard full pool mode. To do this, I can either press the start button on the solar panel or click start cleaning in the app. The Wybot S2 Solar Pool Robot is now making its rounds here in my completely filthy and grimy pool. You can see that where it has already been, the bottom is noticeably lighter. Something is definitely happening. It's vacuuming the algae off the floor. I'm curious to see what the filter will look like once the robot has finished cleaning. Let's see what it has managed to suck up. Afterwards, I will try out the individual cleaning functions. I'm especially interested in the waterline cleaning. Here you can see how it's currently cleaning the waterline in an N pattern. Of course, I'm also curious to see if it can climb my steps and clean the lounging area in the water on its own. I'm eager to see if it can drive up there by itself and clean that area as well. Because I place great value on such features, I don't want to clean that by hand anymore. If I have a pool cleaning robot, then of course it should do all of that automatically. After a good 2 hours, the robot finished its first battery charge and returned to the docking station. Now it's hanging there and charging via the solar panel. On my phone, you can see that the solar panel is at 86% and the robot is now charged to 23%. At 9%, the notification appeared that it would like to return. So there's a small reserve of just under 10% that the robot keeps for its return. As you can see, the water is now nice and clear again. And I can show you the cleaning functions of the S2 Solar Robot in detail. First, I want to show you how the robot cleans the waterline. In the app, I've already selected the corresponding function. I tap on Start Cleaning. The robot immediately starts cleaning the waterline. After the robot reaches the edge, it obviously can't go any further. It tried a few times and then lets itself drop back down to the pool floor. After that, it looks for a new position to clean the waterline. The Wybot Solar S2 Solar Pool Robot is making its rounds in the pool behind me, once lengthwise and once crosswise. Occasionally, it interrupts its path, changes direction. It doesn't always stick exactly to the pattern. There's a bit of a chaos principle at play here. However, I hope that the robot will continue to be optimized through firmware updates so that it can follow its paths perfectly and not miss any spots. But if it does leave some dirt behind or misses certain areas, there's a great feature for that. With the app on my phone, I can also control the Wybot S2 Pool Robot remotely. Yes, you heard that right! I can drive the robot around the pool like a little remote-controlled car. That's exactly what I'm going to do now, to show you how it cleans my sun deck up there in the pool. I have to admit I haven't quite mastered the controls yet. It takes a bit of finesse. The delay is noticeable. It takes about 2 to 3 S icons for the robot to respond to my commands. But with a bit of practice, I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. I was able to test the Wybot S2 Solar Pool Robot for quite a while. The shape of my pool, with its slanted wall, the steps and the sun deck, was no problem for the robot. He completely cleans the sun deck in the pool. On the steps he managed to clean the front edge. He couldn't reach the next edge, so I had to help out with a broom in between. But that's probably because the pool robot simply can't get close enough, since the steps are just too short. What I personally really like is the autonomy. Thanks to the solar panel, the robot can automatically clean the pool all season long, even when I'm not there. I don't have to drag out my old pool robot, I don't have to plug in the power cable, and I don't have to start the pool robot by hand. I can simply set up automatic cleaning schedules. I can program a different cleaning routine for each day of the week. That way the Wybot S2 Pool Robot does its job automatically. Where is it now? There it is, just now climbing up the wall. Of course, I also like that the robot doesn't just clean the floor. It also cleans the walls and the waterline in full pool mode. I can also specifically clean the waterline with the robot. This is especially worthwhile, for example, when pollen season starts in the spring and I have a lot of dirt at the waterline in the pool. Everything the robot removes doesn't have to be sucked up by the skimmer, of course. That also takes the load off the sand filter system and the UVC cleaning, and it reduces the chlorine content in the water. What do you think of the Wybot S2 Pool Robot? What are your thoughts on this autonomous robot with the solar panel? What disadvantages do you see? What advantages do you see? Feel free to leave a comment under the video and give me your feedback on this pool robot. I'd also appreciate your feedback on my video. Do you want to know more about this robot? Then check the description below the video. There you'll find the promo link from Wybot. Wybot provided me with the robot free of charge for my review. You'll also find the sales link under the video with a special discount from Wybot. All of this can be found in the video description. And with that, I'm already done. I hope I was able to give you a little insight into the functions of this robot. If my video convinced you, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos about pool robots coming soon. For example, about a solar-powered skimmer that automatically cleans the surface. I'll show you the Wybot F1 in my next video. This robot is especially interesting for those who don't have a skimmer but still want to clean their pool regularly and automatically. There will also be a video about an AI-powered pool robot. I'm already working on the video about the C2 vision, so you can look forward to it. Until next time, take care. Bye.